Speaking of Cenk Uygur, he called Briahna Joy Gray a fake lefty. He likes to call me, Glenn Greenwell, anybody who's actually to the left of him, they call fake lefties and right wing. I told you that's what they do, right? So if you get to the left of the Democratic Party, you're called a communist. That's what they did to Jill Stein. That's what they did to the Greens. That you're red, you're a Russian. That's what they did to us. So if you get to the left of the Democratic Party, they call you a right winger. That's what they do. And so Cenk Uygur did that to Briahna Joy Gray because she's to the left of the Young Turks. Not hard to be the left of the Young Turks. The Young Turks are a bunch of union busters. They're pro-war, pro-military industrial complex. They've been they're for Ukraine bombing. They're for Syria bombing. They're for Libya bombing. There hasn't been a bombing that they haven't been for. And then they smear Julian Assange and anti-war journalists saying that they're Putin puppets and that they get money from Assad. So that's who they are. It's not hard to get to the left of the Young Turks and Cenk Uygur. So Briahna Joy Gray did. He called her a fake leftist, and she, for whatever effing reason, went on his show. Because I guess she has this mission to be friends with people who badmouth her and want nothing to do with her. But it didn't work. But it's weird when people go on with Briahna Joy Gray to talk about something. It seems like they have a secret hidden agenda. Let's see if you can figure out what it is with Cenk Uygur.
I wouldn't have Jimmy Dore on this show. Jimmy Dore, I think Jimmy is Jimmy.
I wasn't asking about Jimmy. So, what do you mean when you characterize me and Jimmy as having a quote unquote alliance?
Because in the days where he was doing forced to vote and all that nonsense.
Cenk Uygur's own audience overwhelmingly supports this idea.
And I support forced to vote, as did Cornel West and Chris Hedges and Crystal Ball and Kyle Kalinske, members of DSA, and a whole lot of people on the left. Jimmy Dore. But I would like if we keep this conversation focused on us and whatever your concerns were about me.
Look, Briahna, so when Jimmy did a video, Jimmy all the time. And I attacking Jim.
Well, Cenk, you should really talk to Jimmy. I am not a ventriloquist dummy for Jimmy Dore, and I really wish you would respect me enough to engage with me as the human being that's sitting in front of you, and not.
Jimmy says in his speech, let's go to, hold on.
Jimmy?
No, I have to give you the distinction.
This is his audience, not mine.
And they see something in Jimmy.
And almost 9 out of 10 of them see right through his bullshit.
And if Jimmy is attracting a certain kind of audience and pulling certain people to the left who resonates with them.
Anyway, I can't bear to talk about Jimmy. And I hate to say it. I love Jimmy Dore. And I always have. So make sure you go to jimmydoorecomedy.com.
Oh.
That was by Orf.
Again. Nice work, Orf.
Great work by Orf, Matt Orfalea, and Briahna Joy Gray did a great job in her conversation with Cenk Uygur. She holds it together. So good for her. I don't know how she did it. I wouldn't be able to hold it together like that, but she did. That's why she's different.
I listened to that conversation today, and I didn't watch it. I should have watched it. Cenk's facial expressions during that whole thing made the entire video.
Oh, he couldn't stop. He was like a child. He was like a spoiled little brat kid who didn't get his way. I want to play that again.
Oh, good. I was going to ask.
Because when his face, you hear the tea kettle. Orf is he's such an artist. He got the tea kettle sound when Jake's about to go pop. And then as she starts naming all the people that were forced to vote, his face gets redder and redder and redder. Did you watch how he did that? Watch this.
I wouldn't have Jimmy Dore on this show. Jimmy Dore, I think Jimmy is Jimmy.
I wasn't asking about Jimmy. What do you mean when you characterize me and Jimmy as having a quote unquote alliance?
Because in the days where he was doing forced to vote and all that nonsense.
Cenk Uygur's own audience overwhelmingly supports this idea.
And I support forced to vote, as did Cornel West and Chris Hedges and Crystal Ball and Kyle Kalinske, members of DSA, and a whole lot of people on the left from Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore. But I would like if we keep this conversation focused on us and whatever your concerns were about me.
Look, Briahna, so when Jimmy did a video, Jimmy all the time. And I attacking Jim.
Well, Cenk, you should really talk to Jimmy. I am not a ventriloquist dummy for Jimmy Dore, and I really wish you would respect me enough to engage with me as the human being that's sitting in front of you, and not.
Jimmy says in his speech, Let's go to, hold on.
Jimmy?
No, I have to give you the distinction.
This is his audience, not mine.
And they see something in Jimmy.
And almost 9 out of 10 of them see right through his bullshit.
And if Jimmy is attracting a certain kind of audience and pulling certain people to the left, who resonates with them.
Anyway, I can't bear to talk about Jimmy. And I hate to say it, I love Jimmy Dore. And I always have, so make sure you go to jimmydorcomedy.com.
God damn it, that made me so happy when he put that together. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
It's amazing. The best part, the other best part about it is throughout that entire conversation, I swear to God, it was every 30 seconds, Cenk would say, well, in this Jimmy Dore episode, you know, Jimmy said this or Jimmy said that. It's like, how much Jimmy Dore are you watching, Cenk?
They're watching a lot of Jimmy Dore. I could guarantee you one thing I don't do is I don't watch their show. I do not watch the Young Turks. I only watch if someone sends me a clip, I'll watch that, but I do not watch how could you sit through that show? Oh my God, it's like MSNBC without a cool camera angle. It's just right. It's like they don't have a jib. They never invested in a jib. What's that, Jimmy? Explain to the people at home. That's a camera on a huge arm, and it gives the illusion of movement in a static scene. And they use it a lot on Morning Joe Ball, if you ever watch that. They always have the camera swooshing around and seeing someone talk. But anyway.
Is the Jimmy Dore show cool enough to have a jib?
No, that costs a lot of fucking money, buddy.
What about your live shows?
I had a jib at my special taping.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I sprung for a jib. Costs a lot. Costs $5,000 to rent.
You'd think the Young Turks, Katzenberg, $24 million, they could get a jib.
That's the one thing I pushed for when they got that money. I was like, can we get a jib now? And they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't even hire anybody who worked in the industry. They'd always hired people they wouldn't hire people from like television or production. They would they hired the guy to be my boss. And I go, what did he do before this? They go, oh, he started that RottenTomatoes.com, right? So that guy,
he definitely wasn't in a union.
His name was Matt Atchity, and I go, and so I said, Jack, I go, so you hired that guy to be my boss at a TV station? The guy who started a website about movie reviews? He goes, yeah, it's the #1 movie review website. I go, my grandpa was a wrestling champion. You want to make him my fucking boss? What does that have to do? Because someone and by the way, that guy, and I said, Jack, I'll bet you 10 grand he's gone in 6 months. Jack didn't take the bet because he said it would be illegal or unethical, which I think it is. But I was right. He was gone. He was gone within 6 months. They had gotten rid of him. I said, I've made you millions of dollars. That guy's already lost you $1 million. He's going to lose you more. And I was right. Anyway, he misgendered me one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have sued them for that, and I did not. He misgendered me in an email. So trying to insult me. My boss, after I called him out for being an incompetent. And everybody saw it in the email. Everybody could see. Anyway, so glad I'm not working at that fucking hellhole. Hey, we're coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Detroit, Los Angeles, Spokane, Tacoma, Denver. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for all our tickets for all our live shows. See you there.